What's up, everybody? Welcome to my YouTube channel. So today I'm going to be doing a review of a 16-foot Penske rental truck. Now this is the GMC, I believe it's a 3500 16-foot, 12,300 pound gross vehicle weight rating, has a 4,300 pound payload. Now one of the first things I would say is when you're moving, do not just assume what truck you need. I would suggest to go see the truck in person. The first mistake I made was exactly what I just said. As soon as I saw this truck and I went to pick it up, I was like, I had like a very strong feeling that it was not big enough. And I was exactly right. I mean, this truck is absolutely loaded to the max. And I'm pulling a trailer with a car that's at the max. Everything is full. The entire back, the entire car, my wife's car. I mean, we are loaded. I was extremely worried, but I must say, this thing it seems very capable. It's been doing very well. I've been getting roughly, 10 to 12 miles per gallon. So as you can see, I'm on empty, and every tank I do, I record it. So let me show you here real quick. So as soon as I get gas, I reset the mileage. I've gone on this tank 320 miles, and I still have 52 miles left. If you're up north where there's a lot of hills and you're really pushing this thing, you're gonna get worse gas mileage. I'm down south, so currently it's a lot flatter, and I've been getting pretty good gas mileage. And you see that little green, let's see if it comes up here. Well, there's a little green car. I guess that's for like eco, basically saying, if you're doing good on gas. So I always keep it on the tachometer. The higher you rev this engine, the harder you work it. Obviously, the more gas you're gonna spend. So I always try to keep it around 19 to 2200. See that? See how it's green? I always try to keep it low RPMs. I try to cruise. I'm actually going quite fast right now. The fastest I've gone was 70, but I really recommend to keep it around 60, especially if you have a heavy load, because braking on this thing, especially in the hills, you can get into a bad situation really quick. I mean, if you don't know what you're doing, I would highly suggest to not get behind the wheel, because there was very many situations that I was in on this trip that really could have been bad. But I do have experience behind the wheel, so that is a plus. I mean, these brakes will get really hot if you ride them. One cool thing about this is you have the tow button, which is basically engine braking. So let me show you. So if you hit the gas or if you hit the brake and you're going downhill, it'll rev up, and the harder you hit the brake, the more it'll rev up and kind of give you engine braking, and that really helps for going down hills. But obviously when you do that, you're gonna run through a lot more gas. Say hello to my little passenger, my little girl right here, Penny. It's pretty comfortable in here. The one thing that sucks is the seats don't lean back. The AC works good. The only thing is, like I said, the brakes, man. The brakes on this thing squeal. Do not ride the brakes, because they will get hot, and they will, you'll get in trouble real quick. So back to the interior, you have a couple charging ports. Yeah, it's pretty basic. You got a USB port. It doesn't even connect to modern phones. Like, I have the super old iPod. That's the only thing it'll connect to. You got your other bucket seat. You got some nice space for storage here. Yeah, I mean, it's super basic, but I mean, it's done the job. Once I get out, I'll show you guys the trailer and the truck. The trailer's pretty nice because it has brakes, which is really handy. I mean, you need brakes on a trailer that big. But yeah, as you can see, there's even a house plug set up there, and Yeah, so I'm pulling in for gas now, and we're at 337 miles on the tank, and I'm hoping this next fill up will be my record, since like I said, we're down south and the roads are a lot flatter. So that's pretty exciting to not have to spend, because it's 33 gallons, so basically you're paying upwards of $100 each time you fill up. But gas is pretty cheap down here. I found this place with $2.82. Yeah, so anyways, let me gas up and we'll move on to the next part of the review. Another thing I would highly suggest if you're pulling a trailer is to really look at where you're pulling in. So if you're using Google Maps, sometimes you can go to the terrain mode where you can kind of see what the layout looks like. You really want to make sure that all the parking lots or wherever you go, gas stations, you know, it's best to stop at like truck stops, because those places really accommodate your size. You know, very wide turns if you're not used to backing up a trailer. And then, like I said, if you find places that are big enough that you can always turn around, you know, that's best, because I can back up a trailer pretty good, but I know for a lot of people it's not very easy. I always find like a Walmart parking lot to park in or something like that. Another subject I wanted to bring up was packing the box. So when you pack stuff, you want to put the heaviest stuff in first, and if possible, you want to try to center it or make it even as much as possible. So like have like a big heavy toolbox, you probably want to put it in the middle, or if you have two equally heavy things, you can space it out. But definitely think about your packing process before you just start throwing stuff in, because what I did was just start throwing shit in, and then you know, 3/4 in, I had to take out a whole side and redo everything, because you know, mostly it's my fault because I didn't have enough space. But you definitely want to make sure the weight is evenly distributed, because you got to factor in if you're towing, you know, if you have so much weight towards the very rear, then, you know, you're going to have that trailer tongue weight weighing you down. Plus, you're going to have all that weight back there already. So that's just already a disaster. So definitely evenly distribute your goods in the back. But yeah, I have a couple more hours to go, and when I get to my final destination, I will let you know what my final thoughts are. Another quick subject I'd like to talk about is weigh stations. Now, do you have to go through them? Are you supposed to? What are the laws? Well, apparently every state has different requirements, so I guess you're supposed to, I mean, a lot of them have signs that tell you, you know, kind of specifically. Like I saw Florida, it said these trucks, you know, all sorts of trucks, it named them all. Some of them will say these kind of trucks over this amount of weight or whatever. Honestly, I didn't stop at any. I mean, I don't know, I just kept going, you know what I'm saying, just boom, boom. But I don't know if I'm supposed to. I mean, I'm just renting a truck and moving household goods. I'm not like doing anything commercial or whatever, you know. I'm just moving my stuff from one location to the other. And I actually did get my truck weighed at so my local dump has this place where you go on, you weigh the truck with everything you have, you dump what you have, and then you go back and you weigh again, and they charge you like that. So I did get my truck weighed, and I was under the GVWR, so felt okay about that. But you know, I was like on the limit, basically. I was under, but I was still like loaded to the max. Yeah, it's your choice if you want to stop. I think most of the time it would be a waste of time, because you're most likely, you know, way underweight, and you know, most of the time they'll probably just flag you through. You can read forums, there's a lot of stuff out there on it, on the subject. But anyways, also another thing, make sure the truck you get has cruise control, because that's just not going to be fun driving, 1,000+ miles without cruise control. I'm sure they all have it, but you never know. This cruise control works great. I like this truck because it's so simple, but it has all the features you need, but it's not like overly technical, which is pretty nice. So this is the truck here. It's a 2022, I think. As you can see, I am loaded, but yeah, this trailer is pretty nice. It has brakes. It's a 7,000 pound max, I believe. Do not exceed 55. Oops. So there's the weighting right there. The brakes, I don't think the brakes get hot on this really, but they do get hot on this sucker right here. Dude, I just put in the code and it's down to $2.72 a gallon. I'll show you how much it costs to fill up. Okay guys, and the final total, $82.92 for 30 gallons. So when I was on E, I still had about 3 gallons left. That's not bad for this big beast, but it does get bad gas mileage, but it is what it is. It's cheaper than paying movers, and when you pay a mover, it's, you don't really hear good things about moving companies. So this is your best bet to get a Penske rental truck and do it on your own. Also, I probably won't cover everything in this video, but if I don't and you have any questions, please leave comments down below. I do respond to every single comment, and I do it in a timely manner also. So anyways, let's see if there's anything I left out. So the truck, obviously, you got to make really wide turns. Sharp turns or quick turns, aren't really a thing in this truck. I'd say overall it's good. Make sure your tire pressures are good. Try to negotiate with the Penske rental agency to make sure you get the best price possible. Get the insurance. It's just worth it. At least get insurance on the truck, the expensive part. This one does not have automatic locks or a key fob. You have to do it like that. Well, it does have automatic locks like this, but not with the key fob. No glove box. There's a fire extinguisher that comes back there. Little pull out there. AC, like I said, AC works really good. This hooks to the radio. Very basic and simple. You got OnStar, stranded on site. Penske also has 24/7 roadside service, and I believe it is free. Don't take my word for that, but I think that's what it said when I checked it online. You have all your emergency warnings. A couple years ago, I did get the 26-footer from U-Haul. Me and my buddy moved across the country, and that truck was pretty good. It was really big, so that might be your best bet, is to get the biggest truck. If you're moving from like a 3 or 4 bedroom house and you have a lot of stuff, just get the biggest one, so that way you have space, and you don't have to worry about extra weight or anything like that. But for what it is now, it seems good. I was worried at first, but we were able to get everything packed in, and it seems good. I still have 6 or 7 hours to go, so hopefully everything continues to go well. But anyways, like I said, if you have a question, leave it down below. I will respond. Anyways, thank you for watching this video. If you liked it, hit the thumbs up button, and just to make sure this video makes it out to other people that also need to rent a moving truck.